Hello, and welcome to D&Dorks. I'm Sir Superhero, and I'm your host. Obviously, I am not Sir Superhero. This is the first, I think, arc or episode of D&Dorks without Matt.
First ever.
First ever. Matt is not gone. Matt is not dead.
He's fucking dead. She killed him.
He is fine, like
God.
weakened and burning his corpse around. Yeah.
Talk about a power play, am I right, folks?
Hey.
I need Matt to survive until this episode comes out, at least. Otherwise, this just got really dark. No, I'm DMing so we can give Matt a break. I think Matt's been on every single episode of D&Dorks, which is an unsustainable amount of work. Love Matt for being able to do that, but the guy needs a break. So we're giving him a break. Everyone else here, I believe you should know. Josie, you've been here the least, but you've been on the show before. And if you know me, you probably know Josie. I'm Jessica, Pirate Princess Jess on most of my social media. I will be DMing this arc. I will be here in this scary Matthew-less time with you to help you get through it. Everyone else, if you'd like to introduce yourself, let's start with Josie, since I already said your name.
Hi, I'm Josie. I'm known on the internet as Saint Josie. I use any pronouns, whichever one that you think is the most unlikely. So flip it in your brain. Anything else I should introduce about myself? Oh, actually, I have been on here before. I've been in 2 one-shots. One was a character that I played next to Jess, and we were like Gloops girls together. And the other one was the infamous Spectre the Hedgehog.
Yeah. The first slime girl that I played on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, Nathan, why don't you take it from here?
Hello. I am Nathan Apollo, known on the internet as Nathan_Apollo. Everywhere. You know who I am. I think I was actually looking around. I think Matt is the only person who has been on more episodes than me. I try my best to be in as many as possible. Been here for a while. Happy to be back. Sorry I left. Life got busy. And by the time you're seeing this, I might be about or am currently on tour. And so you should come see me.
All right, Skyen, what you got for us?
Hey, I'm TB Skyen, also known as Skyen. I've been on here before to play a silly little shadow superhero man. Do some other things. And then I do stuff on the YouTube platform, which is good and healthy for me. And that's why I'm up at 1 a.m. recording a D&D podcast.
Hopefully Skyen survives this recording process, but not my fault if you don't. No. And Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself as if anyone here doesn't know who you are.
Hi, I'm Mike. About 2 years ago, I played in an emergency shitpost session, and I've been here ever since. I am here as a player and not as a DM, and my god, do I feel unburdened. I'm very excited.
My God, do I feel burdened.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, none whatsoever. This is, I believe, my first time DMing an entire arc on camera. We discovered once during Power Play that I've been playing D&D for longer than Matt's been alive, which was so good for me as a person to know and learn.
Crazy stat. Crazy stat. So we didn't replace him with anybody. It was, an experienced DM.
An experienced
Yeah,
DM.
an elder creature.
Oh God, don't call me elder. That hurt my soul. Tuberculosis, Skyen.
And I'm older.
Yeah, well, you're all kids to me.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I think this is the oldest average age cast we've had on this show.
No.
But it's still gonna be good. I promise. I hope. Anyway, you'll notice I didn't have anybody introduce their characters, and we're not going to do that. And we're also not going to start with any kind of narration or summary of what this scene is. Instead, we're just going to get into it. And we are going to open up with a very interesting person named Fia. I believe I'm saying that right, Skyen?
Yeah. It's I had to be difficult and pick a Danish name, but yeah, Fia.
Yeah. And you, I imagine, are probably in your full combat gear and your full armor, correct? The world
Yes.
is kind of ending around you. There is an invading force. You're in a beautiful city. Everything is gold and clockwork and marble. And you're in a classroom. Your character is something of a hero to the people. And you, when things started to go to shit, you did the hero thing. You have a lot of kids that are fans of you and your work, and the first thing you're going to do is save them. And you are in a classroom with about 35 students and one very overworked teacher. These are the kinds of things that every child in the city of the goddess would have gone through this drill a million times if some sort of invasion were to happen. There's a plan. There's a way to get the children to safety. They are all standing in a glass room on a platform with a weird sigil on it. There's a crystal, an arcane focus outside of that room, and it's pulsating, and it is going to send itself and those children to safety. And you and the teacher are currently the only ones that are there defending that crystal, because if it breaks, then those kids are stuck here in a war zone. There should be a bunch of automatons helping guard it, but all of them are just standing there motionless. You don't know who this teacher is. You just got there, but she looks like she's holding her own. She's throwing spells left and right. She's using everything she can to block any sort of attacks from hitting this crystal. And she recognizes you. You're famous, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Certainly locally famous.
Yeah, so you're famous. She knows who you are, and she's like, "Oh, thank God. Okay, hey, I can handle this. I need you to take that door. I can handle these two. I'm really good. I can fight. My sister taught me. It's great. I've got. Just please, can we keep them safe?"
Take heart, madam. So long as evil shadows cast across the land, the falcon wing of justice shall be there to strike them down. And he will, charge off towards the door with, a salute and, a pose.
All right, so she sort of pauses for a moment at that very strange greeting, but doesn't have time to think. There's more soldiers pouring in, and she is just firing spells off left and right. And in front of you, there are three more soldiers that are running in. I'm just going to assume, since we're kind of early on, that you are ahead of them in initiative. How would you like to attack these three men that are invading a school, doing the worst thing I can imagine?
Yeah. First question is, how are they armed and armored? And, is there one among them who's, obviously preparing a fireball or whatever?
Yeah, so these three are wearing typical knight's armor, sort of. The armor itself is traditional, right? When you think of a medieval knight, this is exactly what you're seeing. You're seeing silver plating, those little, helmet things that hinge up and down. They've got swords. But over their armor, it looks like there are priest robes, like clergy, almost. And one of them has significantly fancier robes than the others, and that one is not wearing any armor. He's got a book, and he sure is chanting something.
Well, then that's the way we're going. And it's the thing of, he poses up in a very large, very bird-themed, very bright and colorful armor with this cape flashing out behind him that has little javelins attached to it, and points his lance at that guy specifically. "Scoundrel! How dare you strike at these innocent children!" And then lands into the ground, leaps into the air, about 30 feet into the air, and crashes down on that motherfucker to attack him.
All right. What kind of attack is that? And while you're doing that, why don't you tell me what class you are?
I am a fighter, and I am playing a class which is called a Steel Hawk, which is essentially, if you played Final Fantasy, you'll know the Dragoon. That's basically what this is. They wield a huge lance. They can use it one-handed with a shield if they want to, and they jump around, and they, absolutely crash down into people. And they're very nimble and agile, which is fun.
All right. Yeah, and so you crash down. I believe the way this works is you're going to do a regular weapon attack with advantage because you're doing it after a jump, and then you get an extra damage modifier. Am I correct?
Let's see. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that attack. I'll let you know if you hit.
Let's see. That is a 15 to hit.
All right, that does hit. Give me some damage.
Okay, now it needs to be a 1d12 plus 8. So that's 11 damage initially, and then the d8 for the extra.
All right, 11 damage is enough to kill this man.
Okay, so he's down.
Yeah.
Because that was 6 extra damage on top of that.
Yeah, this guy's dead. You fly through the air. Actually, do you want to describe this since this is your character doing it? You kind of did. Do you want to describe?
Oh yeah, like it's literally like lands into the ground, launches himself up, does a bunch of over elaborate flips in the air, like, and then that lance just boom, absolutely obliterates that guy. Spray of blood probably happens, but noticeably none of it gets on his armor at all. Like it remains squeaky clean no matter what level of gore is flying around the battlefield. And having done that, like, once again, he strikes a pose and turns on the other two.
And you are a fighter. And I
Yeah.
do believe fighters sometimes tend to be able to hit multiple times. Is there anything else you can do on your turn?
I could action surge, but I don't think I'll use that just yet, because I just obliterated one of them without any trouble.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair. All right. Yeah, and for anyone listening, you may have noticed this is a little bit of an abridged version of combat. We're going to be making combat go fast and hit hard. So it's not straight rules as written D&D combat, because there's going to be a lot of combat in this arc. It's going to be a lot of things like that, where it's just, all right, what are you doing? Roll to hit. And speaking of, the two soldiers that are near you turn, and they both swing on you to attack. And so we're going to give you that's a 2 on the dice. I don't suppose
armor class is 18, so...
Okay, no, so I'm going to assume a 6 does not hit you then.
No.
And I'm going to assume an 8 does not hit you. I am not rolling well
Nope.
today. So they both swing. I don't think either of them managed to hit. I don't know, maybe they're shocked at seeing their most powerful person in their little trio get taken down so easily. But it's, yeah, that's definitely got some impact. Meanwhile, while this is happening, nearby, Razor, which is Josie's character.
That is me. Hello.
You are running towards this same very school. You're trying to get here, if I understand correctly from what you wanted to be doing. What's your move speed?
Walking speed, 30 feet. However, I'm running at top speed, so dashing, so 60.
All right, so you're running, you're dashing. You can see the school. It's not too terribly far from you. However, there is at least one soldier between you and there. There's a lot of soldiers. There's a lot of fighting, but there's one man who's done the thing. He's stopped. He's seen you coming. He's locked eyes. He's drawn his sword. He thinks that he's going to stop you from getting to your destination. This is another man in armor. He's got his weird priest robe on. Doesn't look like a very special soldier, but he is hell-bent on stopping you. What you doing?
First things first, the first thing that Razor does is, without even blinking, just launches herself. Surprise, surprise, Razor is also a Steelhawk fighter. However, she is built a little bit differently. She does not wield the lance, and instead she is wielding a standard weapon for any soldier of the military, or which in this case is really just a glorified guard for the town. And because of that, she's also wearing her standard military uniform, which would be a high-collared white jacket. It's flying open because she was not super prepared for this. And underneath you will see a tank top and just a single breastplate of armor covering her chest. She's wearing bright red pants and combat boots, fitted bright red pants with like cargo pockets, because, you know, soldiers need pockets and stuff like that. But she will take her sword, which also doubles as a gun, and use launch to launch herself at this soldier.
All right. So same deal. Attack roll with advantage plus your damage modifier. And let me know what you roll, and if it hits, I'll ask you for damage.
16 plus 4, so 20.
20. All right. Yeah, that absolutely hits. Go ahead and give me your damage.
Okay, and then so we'll roll the damage, weapon damage, which will be 8 plus a +4, so total of 12.
12. All right. So yeah, you obliterate this man. Do you want to describe what that looks like, or should I take it for you?
Sure. Razor, having not slowed down her pace and having launched herself at this target, will scream out a "Ha!" and then kind of just take her sword and just slash him very quickly across the chest and not even blink twice and just keep running along.
All right.
Ruthless and efficient.
Perfect. Now, Skyan, are you wrapped up in your fight, or are you paying a lot of attention to what's happening to this teacher in the room with you?
He's paying very close attention to the teacher.
All right. She's doing a good job. Her students' lives are on the line. This is a teacher. You know how it gets where, like, somebody who's in charge of something suddenly gets that, like, or protecting somebody suddenly gets that, like, this is life or death, and these people are my charge. And she's just going absolutely nuts, right? Like, I mean, if this woman has a limited number of spell slots, she's using them all right now. She's, Mold Earth stopping arrows from hitting that crystal. She's firing ice shards. She's not, however, defending herself at all. And she takes a nasty arrow. She doesn't go down, but it hits her, and it looks like it's gonna hurt. It's, one to the side, and she's winces. She's in pain, and she keeps going. She is still casting. What are you up to?
Upon seeing that, he immediately tries to disengage and get to her.
All right. If you disengage, you will take an attack of opportunity from both of these men. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
All right. Gonna get some different dice after that roll. The first one does not hit you. The second one does hit you. You said your AC was 18?
18, yes.
Yes. So go ahead and take 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Gadoosh.
For my reference, what's your max hit points?
31.
31. Okay. So yeah, this man sees you get distracted to turn and run, and he swings in on you, hits you for 12 points of damage. Just slash to the side. It's not a clean hit. He's not one shot killing you, but it hurts. And when our teacher sees this, she goes, don't worry about me. I'm fine. And she throws an ice shard towards the man who just hit you. And she does, in fact, actually just take him clean out. He is dead. She is injured. You are now injured. Are you...
Yeah, no, he doesn't care. It's like, the allies of justice must stand together. And as he, closes in to be next to her, he will, pull a shield off his back, one-handed lance, and protective.
All right.
I don't know if there's anyone within reach, but I use my action. If there's anyone within reach, I'll action surge and hit them.
No, they're kind of all firing from a distance, but they're going to charge in on you.
Okay, well, then he is readying his action, basically, for whatever comes next.
She kind of looks at you and she goes, "Oh my god, you're so weird." It just keeps casting, and she stops for a second and she's like, "You remind me a little bit of my sister, and she would hate it if I said that." And throws another ice shard. All right, Razor, you're 2 more turns of dashing. You're probably at this classroom.
I'm assuming I'm approaching by the door, and can I look at? I'm looking in the door, and how many guys are there around?
Yeah, so there's actually a lot of guys in the door. This school is pretty much taken, and they all seem to be backed up a little bit. It seems like there's some sort of bottleneck where they're not able to get through. There's a lot of corpses kind of piled up around the corner. A lot of ice spells in them, or a lot of ice in them. You know your sister. You know that her kind of first instinct is to throw shards of ice at people. And you taught her well. Make a bottleneck, shoot projectiles, survive. You can kind of tell what's happening here. You can also see that there's a guy with some real fancy cloth over his armor, who's outside of this bottleneck, and he's chanting something. And he looks kind of like a big deal if you compare him to everyone else that's here.
How many guys are there? How many enemy soldiers are there in the doorway?
In the doorway, there are currently 3 that are entering in. They're kind of going in waves. But around this bigger guy who's off to the side a bit, there's dozens. Like there's a lot of people here. They just don't want to stick their face into a meat grinder per se.
And can she see her sister through the doorway?
Not at this angle, but you can see ice shards flying. You know your sister's there.
She's going to kind of slow down and pause for a second, and then try to like hide around a corner for a second, and then kind of just like take stock of what's happening. And kind of, is there anywhere that she can kind of like take cover essentially?
Yeah. It's a hallway like you would see in a school. There's tables and desks and things strewn around. You could fairly easily get behind a table, duck behind without anyone noticing you there.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna get as close as she can, take some cover, and then she's going to use the gun portion of her sword, which is just to explain. Should I explain the mechanic of this, or should I just
go
go for it? The mechanic of this is that we have She actually is using. She has dual wielding, dual weapon fighter as a fighter, and she has a one-hand crossbow in one hand and a short sword in the other. However, for flavor, we are making that a one-handed sword that is also a gun, but it's just going to roll crossbow damage.
Gunblade, hell yeah.
Gunblade, yeah. And so she'll take stock for a second, and then she looks around the corner, takes a big deep breath in, and then sprints, kind of like head ducked low, slides under cover, peeks over, and then tries to take out one using her crossbow. So we'll roll the crossbow hit. Oof, that is an 8.
Ooh, okay. An 8 is not gonna hit. But it is gonna reveal your position to a whole lot of people.
And so I can action surge and then do another thing. Oh wait, actually, just kidding, because I have I can also fire again as a bonus action. I forgot.
That's
Because
right.
I have the so I will do that again, one more time, fire one more time. And that is an 11 does that hit?
And you're aiming at just a regular guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay. Excellent. And we'll roll damage on that. That rolls a 6 for damage.
Okay. Yeah, you've killed him.
Killed him.
Yeah. You've shot 2 crossbow bolts. One of them did the thing where it like hits the armor at a weird angle and pings off, and like an idiot, he goes, "Huh?" and just takes the next one to the face. Seeing this happen, the soldiers kind of break their attention. Right? There's people. There's now 2 threats and not just one. They can't all just sort of funnel in and overwhelm the classroom. They have to do another thing. And so you've got a lot of guards noticing you now, but I also feel like that might have been kind of your plan.
She's a soldier. She knows. This is a classic pincer move. Yeah, she's drawn enemy fire and trying to create a diversion.
That's pretty good. Because over in Skyan Land, Fia, you and this teacher are next to this little crystal thing, and it starts pulsating really loudly, just like whoom, 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 whoom. And she looks at you and she goes, "Oh, we need to not be next to that. It's about to go off. It's about to." And she just sort of she just kind of bolts. She's now charging at the soldiers that are in the doorway.
Yeah. He follows.
Okay. I think you're actually
Into the fray then. Right.
I think you're actually faster than her. If you want to leap ahead and try to take out the people, I will absolutely give that to you.
Yeah, no, like, if we're charging towards something, then he will leap to land the first blow and catch all the attention.
All right. There's 2 people standing there. If you want to leap in and go for one, give me a roll.
Let's see. That is 18 to hit.
All right, roll damage.
And let's see, D12 for damage, and a D8 for the extra. That is 10 damage total.
Fantastic. Yeah, you have killed one. There's now one more person standing there, and then the doorway is clear.
Then it's action surge time. We're not launching this time, so it'll be a regular weapon attack.
All right.
That is 12 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
And damage.
All right.
8 points of damage.
Points of damage. You take that one out too. You and this.
Yeah, so basically what it looks like is like as he realizes, like, into the fray, yoosh, into the air, unnecessary flips, land on one of them, swipe the lance around and take the other guy out, and again, strike a pose, shield up, ready to take on whoever comes
Yeah.
from the front.
And our teacher kind of looks at you and she's like, all right, yeah, man, whatever. And she,
Stay in my reach, madam, I shall protect you.
right, okay, and she gets around the corner and she goes, protect her? She's more surrounded than I am. Go for, Claire, hello? And she's calling out to you, Razor. You're very surrounded, and now there's no longer enemies around this teacher.
Sarah, I'm coming. Just hold on.
All right. And as you say that, you've got 3 people charging in at you. So I'm going to roll. Does a 19 hit?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
My armor class is 13, not very heavily armored.
Okay. Take 15 damage. For my reference, what is your max HP?
25.
Okay. Doesn't you? An 18 probably hits.
It sure does.
All right. Take 9 damage. Oh.
1.
I'm assuming a 9 does not hit.
9 does not hit.
Okay. Skyen. It is now actually no, Josie, it's your turn first. You need a turn here. So yeah, Razor, Claire, what you doing? You've just gotten the shit kicked out of you. You're very surrounded.
She is horrendously bloodied. She is barely standing and now has 3 guys surrounding her. She's going to, she just kind of like holds her sword in 2 hands and grips it even tighter and just yells out, lets out a long scream, and regains health points with second wind. Ooh, that's not great. So I get 6 health back, which is better than nothing.
Yeah.
You can see her like kind of like straighten up just a little bit, and like she's like panting, breathing heavily, and with renewed vigor will just strike the first, the closest one to her, soldier to her.
All right. Roll for me.
Short sword.
I think this can be a standard weapon
And
attack.
that is a 12. Does that hit?
That hits. Give me some damage.
Excellent. And we'll do damage. 7.
7. Okay. Yeah, you cut that man down. He is dead.
Okay.
more
And at
people
this
around you.
time, we will action surge, and we'll strike again. Okay, a 23.
All right. That definitely hits.
And damage is only 4 this time.
Does not kill, but you have seriously wounded this man. And as this happens, that crystal that was flashing goes off. There is a big shockwave. The children are all teleported out to safety. They are sent to another plane. You're in a pocket dimension. There are other weird pocket dimensions with other weird cities and citadels. I believe that's the audience's first time of hearing about that. That's fine. It'll be explained later. The kids are saved. Congratulations. There is a not insignificant amount of feedback when this arcane focus does this large ritual spell to teleport a bunch of children extra dimensionally to safety. And that causes a shockwave. Can I get the both of you to give me a dex save?
That's a 10 from me.
All right.
20.
Okay. Razor, you are okay. You avoid the shrapnel. You avoid getting knocked down. Skyen, you get knocked on your ass, and I'm going to roll some damage for you. You take 2 damage.
2 damage. That's okay.
Your sister, Razor, the teacher, did just roll a nat 1. As the DM, I was always going to fudge this for a failure, but this is a particularly bad failure. And so, I think as this crystal explodes, energy outwards, there are pieces of desks, there's pieces of walls, there are things flying everywhere. She's already injured, and she just, takes more pieces of shrapnel. She collapses to the ground. She is right next to Fia. She's dying, Fia. And she looks up at you, and she's like, "We did it. We did it. They're safe. We did it. Oh my God, we did it. Just, please take care of her. Make sure she can protect herself, but just take care of my sister. She's gonna blame herself. Don't let her do that. Don't let her give up."
Worry not. Lay down and recover. We shall come back for you. But there's a shake in his voice.
She's gone. She doesn't hear your words of comfort. She is dead. And if you look around you, Claire, you've seen all of this happen. Fear is also on the ground trying to comfort your sister. These soldiers are all down. Every one of them has been knocked over except for one. That man that you saw earlier who was chanting in the corner, who was preparing for something, his ritual has been interrupted, and he looks over and he sees the two of you and he just goes, "Is this all there is? Just the two of you? That's what my men were having trouble with. Just 2. I want you both..."
Is he looking specifically at us, or?
Yeah, at Fia and at Razor.
Yeah. 2 souls in the cause of justice will ever be a bulwark towards evil. And Fia, insofar as he can take any kind of action, he's getting on his feet and getting ready to launch at this motherfucker.
Make a charisma save.
Charisma save. Fortunately, I have a little bit more in that.
Let me double check.
But
This is
that's a
actually
5.
charisma save. Right. So he utters a strange word from his mouth. It sounds like when, to us, when somebody speaks Latin, where it's familiar but not quite familiar, except it feels wrong. You feel it first at the base of your spine. It's cold. It's gross. Your ears weren't meant to hear this. And that feeling spreads outward throughout your entire body for a moment. And then you realize that you've probably heard of this spell before. It's one of those ones that is scary and big and bad, and people use it in stories and fiction and fantasy, but it doesn't get used very often in real life, especially not in this utopia, this idyllic city. You may have just been the first person in the history of the city of the goddess to die to power word kill. Fia falls over dead. Claire, what you doing? Or Razor, what you doing?
Don't dead name Razor.
Dead name? What? That was a nickname. Hold on.
Razor is... she's in shock, and she's just standing there for a second, and her arms are down at her side. Her sword is down at her side, and the tip of the sword is kind of like dragging along the ground as she kind of like is just staring at her sister, lying down. And she takes like one slow step forward, and just everything is just, the world has kind of just stopped around her as she's taking in what's happening. And she just whispers for a second, Sarah. And then all of a sudden as she kind of like sees this character, this very imposing figure, kill the figure that was defending her sister, and as she sees him collapse, she kind of just comes to her senses and lets out a guttural scream from the bottom of her chest and launches herself at the remaining enemy.
All right. Let's see. I want to make sure I can do this right. Okay. So, moving faster than you've ever seen somebody cast a spell like this. His hand is up, and he fires a fireball at you. Make a dex save with disadvantage because you are currently hurtling towards this fireball.
Oh, 15 and a 14, so 14.
All right. So you, by just one, have failed that dex save. I only have 5d6. I'm going to have to roll a couple times. Take 26 points of damage.
Having 7 left.
Yeah. So that,
And Razor goes down.
the last thing Razor sees is a flash of light. And that is just that. So, somewhere else in the city, we meet an interesting looking man named Dreg Douglas. Mike, go ahead and describe Dreg for me.
Dreg Douglas is a tall, abyssal tiefling. He wears the garb of what you could probably assume is some manner of pencil pusher, perhaps some kind of politician.
Okay.
Maybe wearing a necktie somewhere in there. That was in my document. And he is freaking the fuck out.
Understandable.
I don't know where exactly we are in the city. He's probably carrying some kind of incriminating documents with him, just looking for a shredder or some manner of just destruction, just, wipe these off the face of this plane. And, did I mention abyssal tiefling?
Yes.
And also, he is a bard, and also, he's freaking out.
Okay. And next to him is your assistant, a man named Freddie Blake. Freddie is a satyr. He is particularly short for a satyr, and he's carrying a letter opener that he's holding quite tight in front of him, like a knife. And he's going, "It's okay, sir. I'll get you through this. I never thought I'd have to be an actual bodyguard. That's what the automatons were for. And
oh yeah, Freddy, when the man-sized letters come for us, you're gonna have us great. You're gonna have my back. Great, put that thing down.
Sir, there's an automaton. They're not all broken. There's one of them. One of them is right there. Right there.
Oh.
Hello, please, automaton." And he is trying to get the attention of AM 463, the only automaton in this city who still seems to be functioning. Now, these automatons are made of marble and golden clockwork. If you've ever seen Oriana from League of Legends, that's sort of the inspiration for this character. But where Oriana is marble clockwork ballet, this is marble clockwork royalty. But not like a royal dress. No, she's wearing almost like a suit, a very fancy, like waistcoat. Nathan, I believe you likened it to a pianist earlier, and I quite
Yes.
like that. And since this is you, I guess I will leave it up to you whether or not you actually respond to Freddie Blake calling for help.
Yes. So, of course, I approach these two beings, and I go, "Hello, I am a Clockwork Citadel automaton. Are you in need of assistance?"
Yes, he's important. Listen to him. Listen to him.
"Hello, I am a
yeah, here's
Clockwork
what you're
Citadel
gonna do.
automaton. Are you in need
I'm
of
aware.
assistance?"
I'm aware, fully aware. Don't do the whole thing. We're kind of in deep shit right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to walk as fast as you can at the front of us. And if anyone comes to kill us, you're just gonna full human shield. I don't know if you have like some kind of laser or something, or if you can just like become a wall. Basically, these need to get destroyed. I need to get out of here. You're going to assist that, okay? Understand?
Amazing. I minor illusion a map in front of us. There's a bodega just 3 blocks from here if you'd like some breakfast.
I
Really
wouldn't
not
mind
the
some
time.
breakfast. I skipped
Really not the
breakfast.
time for that. Shut up, Freddy. It's
Okay.
not the time for that. I think there is some kind of shredding room just down the hall here, so just please start going.
Of course. I go.
All right. Do you actually know where you're going, or are you just walking?
I'm just walking.
All right. So you're walking fast, and I assume good old Dreg is following fast.
Yeah, and like very visibly, like way faster than he expected. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, maybe you're at a 10, maybe take it to like an 8.5.
We will arrive at haste.
All right. So you
At haste.
you keep walking. Freddy's following up the rear, and you're moving with purpose. The thing is, though, there is only one working automaton in the entire Citadel, and that's kind of shocking because the enemy made sure to shut this down, and this has drawn the attention of one rather high-ranking officer of your opposition. We've seen these are all like soldiers, knights with priestly armor on. This person looks fancy. This is fancier than the person that the audience would have just seen, who kind of wiped out the rest of the party. And one of his retinue jumps in front of this automata, has a little bit of trouble doing so because the automata is moving so fast, and he goes, "Halt in the name of Cardinal Autumn! Stop, cease, stop moving, stop moving."
Hello, I am a Clockwork Citadel automaton. Are you in need of assistance?
How are you functioning?
Hello, I am a Clockwork Citadel automaton. Are you in need of assistance?
And at that, this large man, this half-giant man who is this cardinal, kind of pushes his man aside and goes, "These things are stupid. They don't know how they work. You, automaton,
Yes.
you are a Clockwork Citadel automaton,
Yes.
and you will do what I say?" That was a question?
You called me stupid.
I did. You are stupid.
Die. I would like to cast Thunderwave.
All right. Thunderwave, I believe, is a saving throw on my end, correct? Am I doing a dex save?
Yes, it is a con save.
Con save.
Well, okay, so here's the thing about this. It's centered around myself and 15 feet. I don't want to hurt the people I'm actually helping.
Okay.
By the way, I'm playing a sorcerer. My first ever time playing a sorcerer. And so I think immediately I'm going to have to bust out some sorcery here. Careful spell. You can spend 1 sorcery point to allow up to 1 creature to automatically succeed on the saving throw of a spell you cast. And I can spend 2 to protect both of them.
Okay.
So I will do that. And cast. What did I say? Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave. Fuck it, I'm casting it at a 2nd level. He called me stupid. So that's a con save of 11. My friends automatically succeed on the save.
All right. So I need you to know, this is a very high level man that you're casting on. He has +8 to con. He failed. He failed this saving throw. And I believe on a fail, he is knocked prone. How much damage? How much damage is my big scary man taking?
That is a great question. Let me grab some dice. 1, 2, 3 D8. Huh. That's gonna be... Ooh, that's an 8. 20 thunder damage.
All right, so caught off guard. This man was not expecting an automaton to attack him. They should have all been shut down, and by his own personal belief, these things are stupid. They don't fight. They don't do anything. And he was not prepared for a big ol' thunder wave, especially from one that's standing so close to 2 people that she presumably needs to be protecting. And so he is knocked on his ass. And the second this happens, actually, hold on. The soldier too. His entire retinue is knocked on its ass. Every single one of these soldiers. This large boss fight that you're supposed to fight later has somehow fallen down from
Now-
a level 2 spell.
If you excuse us, we will be making our way to Haste, the best bodega in the Clockwork Citadel.
That's... You know what? You call the shots. I had such a bad tummy ache that is completely gone. You seem to react to people being emotional, so just full support, he's like, I don't know how much taller you are than him, but he's patting some area of you, just like, good. Yeah, let's go.
Don't
Let's go
worry,
now.
citizens.
Let's go.
We will arrive at Haste.
All right, and there's no disengage penalty because everyone is prone. You know when they say that the best laid plans can't survive the first encounter with the enemy? Jesus Christ. So yeah, as you guys get probably a full turn's worth of walking, maybe dashing away, with this strange little line of an automaton, a diplomat, and an assistant, the assistant takes a lightning bolt to the back and falls down dead. There is not even a word out of him, just a
My automaton hits one of these. Oh!
Yeah, that cardinal. The sound sounded
Goes
far
to check
away
his
too.
pulse.
Say again?
Oh, god damn it, Freddy. He's checking his pulse.
Freddy is dead. There is no pulse. Cardinal Autumn has stood up and he has fired some kind of electric blast into your assistant. And he says, "Surrender the automata to me now."
Okay, to be clear, the terms are you get the automata and I can just go?
I genuinely do not care about you, diplomat.
Okay, so you do know who I am, but you're super cool with me living and just like leaving.
He takes off his helmet for a moment. You've met this man. You're the ambassador to the mortal plane. This man has been at dinners. And he looks at you and he goes, "Do you truly not know who I am?"
Listen, in my line of work, you meet a lot of people. Some of them are large people, sort of similar kind of, build and vibe, and, you were wearing the armor, and so again, am I good to go if you get the robot? Yes or no?
You are the most insignificant man I can possibly imagine. I don't care what happens to you, but this robot needs to be disassembled and studied. So I will let you leave, and you can go cower and beg and harass and do whatever it is that you do when you are not yelling at our politicians and demanding food and drink and special treatment and all of these shallow pleasures that have ruined your life.
All right, fuck yeah, man. I'll see you later. Good luck. And he's gone. He's running away.
All right. So the man you were just escorting has abandoned you. AM 463.
Mm-hmm.
And this man, who's identified himself as Cardinal Autumn, he looks at you, and he casts one of my favorite spells, which is Big V Hand, and a giant magical hand grabs you. And he says, "You are coming with me."
I think it's worth noting that automatons can only be dismantled by other automatons. You do not have the legal authority to begin a dismantling procedure on me.
He picks up a device. It looks like if you've ever seen like a wind-up toy, they've got those kind of brass keys.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. This one is made of solid gold, and it is about sized for if one of those wind-up toys was human-sized. And he says, and he hands it to one of his men. He says, "Can we turn this thing off? This thing is bothering me."
I cannot be turned off as I am powered by the heart of the city. As long as this city breathes, so do I. Notably, I can't actually breathe. I just say that to relate to the citizens.
And as you say this, this man with this key kind of looks at you and goes, That's not a slot, boss. I can't. The automaton is speaking the truth. I can't stick the key in. I can't turn it off. You don't have an off switch?
As mentioned previously, whether I have an off switch or not is irrelevant. You do not have the legal authority to dismantle me.
Why don't you just do the electric thing to it and fry its circuits a little bit while you got it held down, and then we can just put it back together later.
I would advise against that.
Go ahead and make a con save.
Here we go. What is my con? Oh, for once I didn't dump con. Let's go. Hey, 10.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna roll some dice.
Oh.
Just roll some more dice. Take 43 points of electric damage.
Oof.
Yeah, so I have 20 HP.
All right. So AM 463 is no longer powered on, safe to say. Now, Dreg, you've lost your assistant. You've just run from the only thing that was protecting you. Are you just running?
Yes.
Are you giving much care to where you run?
No, just away from the large lightning guy, please. Take a couple turns, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, we'll give you a few turns of dashing. Can you give me a dex save while you're running in fear?
Yeah, that's definitely a stat that I made good. Okay. Oh, that is a stat I kind of made good. Okay. No, that's a 7.
All right, so you're running, and you are running fast, and you are scared, and you bump into one of these deactivated automata. You didn't really see it. It's kind of hunched over. And you didn't roll well, so you fall down. Give me a flat d20 roll. We're going to give you a luck roll.
Okay.
This is just to see how fast you get into the best bodega in the city.
Damn right.
Wow, not great rolls. That's a 3 on the die.
Oh, so you hit this thing, you topple over and list to the side, and wouldn't you know it, this citadel, as idyllic as it is, doesn't really have an OSHA, and you fall off of sort of a ledge. And I want you to take some fall damage. So you're gonna take 2d6 fall damage. You're falling about 20 feet. So you take 4 damage, and you are prone.
We'll take that. That's fine. We're alive.
You're alive, and you have landed in the middle of a group of soldiers, as they are just kind of patrolling, and they sort of look down at you. I imagine you probably look up at them, and one of them goes, "Is this guy with us?"
Yes. I definitely am.
As you say that, you recognize the outfits of this citadel of the goddesses. Great soldiers and guards, as a small group of them rush through, and they kill all of these soldiers. And one of them goes, "He said he was with them. He's one of them. He's one of the invaders."
No. Charm. Cast
Does a
charm.
17
Cast
hit?
charm person. Yes.
All right, take 22 damage.
Cast finger gun. I have 17 health.
Hey. I'm with you guys.
Hey,
You got any health
what's
left after
the
taking 22
problem?
damage?
I'm with
You're
you.
dead. All right, so that's the campaign, everybody. Full party wipe.
Wow.
Been so great playing with you. We can roll the credits now. Just kidding. The episode is not over. Everyone else is taking a bathroom break, and I'm here to do announcements. But since it's the first episode, there's not a ton of announcements, so I think the only thing I need to tell you guys about is our Patreon. If you're enjoying this show, you can support us at patreon.com/the D&Dorks. For $1 a month, you get access to our Discord, and for $5 a month, you can do, or rather, you can see the after show. You don't get to do the after show. I don't think Matt would be happy if I promised every $5 a month Patreon that they got to be on the after show. That would be. If you're listening to this, you have probably figured out that everyone was supposed to die here. In fact, some of those deaths might have seemed a little railroady. Everyone in this party knew that we were going to open up with their death. And now, it's the next day. Every one of you is waking up, and everything is fine. You're in the city of the goddess, which surrounds the Clockwork Citadel. You've lived here for a very long time, for your entire life. This city is a noble city. It sits between hell and the mortal plane, and it guards humanity and any other mortal species from an invasion from hell. And there hasn't been an invasion for thousands of years. You live peaceful, amazing, idyllic lives. But boy howdy, that was a really strange dream. It is, as I think all of you know by now, the start of the day that you just died in. We are in Groundhog's Day style time loop. And I think we're going to pick up first with Razor. You're in your bed, right? You're a soldier, but that doesn't mean you have to stay in the barracks. In fact, you have been heavily encouraged not to stay in the barracks anymore because you get up so goddamn early every single day. In fact, some of your fellow soldiers took up a pool to help you buy a little apartment for yourself so you wouldn't fucking wake them up. Which is why I think you're probably the first person waking up today. That seems like a really terrible dream you just had last night.
I think actually Razor will wake up a little earlier than usual, and she'll kind of like shoot up, sit up straight, and kind of like prop herself up on her bed. She has got cold sweats and panting and just... I'm okay. It's just a dream.
So this is probably not what you want to see waking up like that first thing in the morning. But there's an automaton in your room, and it's standing at the foot of your bed. And it goes, "Good morning, soldier."
How did you get in here?
The front door.
Okay. Why are you here?
I have a package for you.
Okay. Thank you.
And she reaches out and she hands you what just looks like a mess of golden clockwork. It's a little shinier than you've ever seen before, but it doesn't really look like anything. It's on a string. She goes, "Take this."
What is this? And she'll grab out and kind of like
Hope.
look at it and hold it in her hands. I'm sorry?
You asked what it was.
Yeah, what is this?
It's hope.
Hope?
Keep it safe. And the automaton goes, package receipt confirmed, and turns around and just walks out.
Wait, what? Hope?
And just no response. It just marches right on out. And as if this awkward morning can't get any weirder, you hear what sounds like a door opening. And a small door, about 4 feet tall, opens up, again, just across from your bed. That wasn't there before. You kind of get the feeling that you've received this package before, like this happened to you yesterday. But that memory's foggy and weird and hard to reach. This, however, is entirely new. The door opens and a small mouse woman in like a pajama bathrobe with her glasses on walks out, and she's like, "What is all of the
Razor is going to jump to her feet and run for her sword, which is sitting right next to her bed, propped up in the same place that it always is, that she puts it down every night within arm's reach of her bed.
All right. And this mousy woman, who again, just anthropomorphic mouse, goes, "Oh, dude, why is my house in your house?
Why are you here?
This is my house? Or,
This is my house.
Well, no, this is my house." She points at the door that she came in from. She goes, "My name is Mixie. How long have you been alive?"
My whole life? What? I don't know. I'm 28. Why?
I'm 700 years old, and a few hundred years ago this happened where the citadel and the city, it's all made of clockwork, and all the gears shifted and everything moved, and my house ended up inside of a bathroom, and that was terrible, and I think it's happened again, and now my house
Okay, wait. Calm down, slow down, and then Razor's gonna kind of like hold her hands up and put her sword down and just kind of like back to kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm sorry. You appeared in my room, scared the hell out of me. Just slow down. Start at the beginning.
Okay, so, hi, I'm a watchmaker by trade, but I'm also, I have a secret job here in the government that I'm not supposed to tell people about, and it's very early in the morning, and I'm not good at secrets, and I'm in charge of building automatons. And I've been alive for a long time because of that, because the guy that trained me, wanted to retire, and I'm immortal now because I'm making the automatons, and sometimes this citadel in this city, it rearranges itself. It moves. Everything moves every now and then, and it doesn't happen often, and I don't know why it happens. And last time it happened because my house is small because I'm very small, and this stupid city, she kind of kicks the wall, reorganizes it, and it tends to just put things where they fit, and I guess it thinks I fit in your house.
Okay. Just stay there for a second, and then Razor's going to kind of like go examine the door.
The door to her house?
The door that Mixie just came out of.
Yes. Yeah, so it's like somebody's front porch. It's like you've seen this kind of house all over. This one's just very small, and this front porch and this door, it's just in your wall now.
It's in my wall?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you look inside the door, there's a whole house in there. A whole small mouse house.
Okay, and Razor's gonna like poke her head through and just look around, and and just kind of like see what's in there. Very bewildered look on her face.
You're welcome if you want to go in. You can. Long legs people don't usually fit very well. And I don't have people over very often. I don't go outside much.
Okay, I don't understand what's going on. Just so you make the automatons, the ones that keep our city running,
Mm-hmm.
and now your front porch and your front door are in my wall.
Yes.
What's on the other side of my wall now?
I think my house.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go look at where the other side of the wall would be. Is that still inside my house?
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems a part of your house is missing. Everything's
how?
been rearranged. It's just not there. There's just a mouse's house.
Okay. So
Last time this happened, there were so many complaints, and I had to do so much work to make it all fixed again, and
yeah, no kidding. Okay, so what do we do about this? Who do we talk to?
Well, I guess technically I'm supposed to fix this. But we need to assess the damages. So I need to just kind of go see the city.
Okay.
Oh, it's so early. People are gonna be very mad, and I have to go and ask people questions, but I can't let them know that I'm the one who's supposed to fix this. I wasn't supposed to tell you that I make the automatons.
Okay.
Are you a soldier?
Yes.
Okay, great. Can you just like keep me safe while I do this? Because like people are scary. I don't know if you've seen people when they're mad, but they're like very scary.
Yeah, look, I've got things I need to do today. Are you sure you can't just go and just not tell anybody it's your fault?
Oh. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Is that...
Awkward question. Do you have a spare key?
to my house?
Yeah, because I kind of have to get into your house to get into my house. And I have to get into my house to fix everything. I promise I'll return it. And I
Okay.
promise I will steal
No, I don't
nothing
have a
that's
spare
not
key.
made of cheese.
Okay, look.
Okay.
I don't know whose fault this is. I don't know what's going on here. I still got time before I gotta be at my post. I'll skip my training routine. It's fine. Just let me get dressed and then we'll go figure out what's going on.
She kind of looks down at herself, remembers that she's in her night robe thing, and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go get dressed too. Thank you."
Yeah, sure.
And so while those two get dressed, we are going to move over to Skyen. What's Fia doing?
If it's the early morning, then he is asleep in a bed, which is mostly a pile of hay with like a sheet thrown over it. And there's a loud snoring.
As you're asleep snoring, you hear probably a few times to wake you up goes, "Excuse me, citizen. Excuse me, citizen."
I don't want to fight today, Mom.
And there's an automata standing over you going, "Excuse me, citizen. Excuse me, citizen."
Oh my God, what time is it? Oh, hey, what?
The time is
why are you in my house?
5:23 a.m. I am here delivering a package.
Like, there's like a couple of seconds of like blink, slow blink, blink. What?
Please take this. And she reaches out and hands you a weird mass of golden machinery and gears.
I think she like reaches out and he fumbles it and just kind of spills it all over his own chest. Like, oh, what the hell?
It's like a solid thing, so it's not going to like spill everywhere. But
What is this? Is this like from a fan or something?
it's hope.
It's what?
Keep it safe.
Keep it. I don't know where the hell. What is? Like, picks up one of them and looks at it. How do you get in here?
I went in through the door.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Is there anything else? Who sent this?
That is all. Sender, unknown. And then it turns around and walks away. Now, are you in like a private residence, or are you with like your co-stars? Are you with like? Is there anyone else that's typically in this room?
He has like a small apartment near the city coliseum, which is like male living space, right? Like it's sparsely ornamented. There's like a pile of hay with a bed sheet on it. There's like a little table and and just so much workout equipment, like way too much, more than you could possibly use for anything. And like he's like right next door to one of his the other fighters who live in the same building, sort of dormitory situation. It smells crazy in there, let me tell you what.
Which means it's probably unusual that there's a whole bed in your room. It seems a little bigger than usual. And, or the room, I mean. And there is this beautiful, ornate bed. It's fluffy. There's 3 mattresses stacked on top of each other. And in it is a man who you have seen before, and you don't particularly like. His name is Jimmy Silver, and he is your fighting promoter.
Yeah, again, there's like this moment of like blink, blink. And he sort of gets up on his elbows and like all that like brass and stuff slides down his chest and sort of clatters on the floor, and he kind of goes, "Oh, what the fuck, man!" like gets up on it. Jimmy, for fuck's sake!
Jesus, man, what are you doing in my bedroom?
What the fuck are you doing in mine? What's your bed doing in here?
This is my house. Man.
No, it's not.
Oh, I get it. Just because I made my money off of your fights is not my house?
Yeah, I mean that too, motherfucker. Like drags him up, and Jimmy is himself a big man, right? Like these former fighter himself has been in the arena, but like drags him up. Like, does this look like your fucking fancy bedroom, dude?
What the fuck? It does.
What the fuck? Is this some kind of prank?
No, seriously. Hey, look. It's like there's like a line. It's your room, which by the way smells like shit, and it's my room, which by the way is nicely perfumed and still smells like shit because your room.
Yeah. Is this what the fuck? I'll talk to the union rep about this. You know that, right?
Hey, I didn't do this. I think you're a glory hounding dickhead. I don't want you in my life more than I need to have you there.
I think you're a selfish, stuck-up piece of shit asshole who gets all of his money from the work that we do. And what the fuck are you doing messing with my bedroom? This is the one thing. I bought this place, dude.
I think you're right that I am stuck up. I think you're right that I am greedy, and you know what? I've got my own money. I don't need your bedroom. What the fuck did you do to my bedroom?
Is your bed in? I get this back and forth shouty.
After a few moments of this, he kind of looks over at the floor and he goes, "Hey, what's that piece of shit that you threw on that floor? That piece of junk, that gold thing. What is that?"
What? I don't know, a fucking package from a fan or something. I don't know what that is. Like looking around, is there any other part of his room that is now in my room? Like, is it literally like a half and half situation?
Yeah, it's like a half and half situation. Like your two rooms, like if you ever see an old cartoon where they draw a line on their room and it's one person's half and the other person's half and it's two entirely different aesthetics.
Oh, literally an odd couple situation. Fantastic.
Yeah, literally an odd couple situation.
I think it's like after we've yelled at each other for a while, it's like, hey, no, hang on, wait, look at that. What the fuck?
Yeah, that is really weird.
Like, wait, is this some fucking wizard or something?
I hate magic.
Oh, you think it's one of those assholes up at the Magic Academy?
I
bet it's one of them.
Oh, the fights in the arena aren't real. Everybody knows it's scripted. I don't know why they keep fighting us on this and telling us that the stuff's not real. This is... All right, temporary truce.
Temporary truce. Listen, I'll go find the union rep. You better talk to some motherfucker who's high up enough that your money buys you access, because this is some bullshit.
Yeah, hey, grab your necklace thing off the floor. That thing looks valuable.
Yeah, not your problem. Like,
Okay.
picks it up, like, stomps out, like, grabs, just a coat and throws it on. So, Fia is a satyr, which means he doesn't wear pants. He just kind of has coats and shirts sort of scattered around the room, laying everywhere. So he, like, stomps out of the room and gets out into the street. It's like, I gotta figure out what the fuck. Like, okay, where's Bobby? And he goes off looking for his union rep.
Yeah, so you got out into the streets, and it's weird out here. It looks like just almost like somebody took a Rubik's Cube and started turning it, where just there's pieces of different things everywhere. You see the other half of your bedroom is on top of a building with no staircase getting to it. It's just up there. That's
jumps
somebody's
up there.
roof now.
Yeah, he like what the fuck? And like he'll like take the climb and like jump up the side of the up the side of buildings or whatever, like launching himself up there to try and get to his bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, you make it up there. It sure is your bedroom. It sure is unharmed. It's not the only bedroom like this. It looks like the entire city has just been discombobulated.
From the vantage point up there, can I kind of get a sense of, like, is it just like the whole city, just rooms in random places, towers that aren't supposed to be there?
Yep, it's everything. Rooms in random places, houses stacked on top of each other, halves of buildings squished together, people's rooms in the middle of streets. Just everything is fucking weird right now. And
he kind of looks over that and goes, "Oh shit, this is not a student prank, then, huh?"
No, it's not.
Hell.
And if you were to turn all the way around and you look at the citadel, the clockwork citadel that this city is around, you would see that the citadel seems to have reorganized itself too. You've seen this citadel every day of your entire life, and all of the pieces are there. They're just in kind of a weird order. It just looks like everything is a little bit in chaos.
Yeah, at that point, like his mind sort of shifts, like, what the fuck? Oh man, I gotta go find somebody.
And as
and
you
like
say
he'll
that, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like, and that's when he'll sort of try and make his way down.
As you're making your way down, you see a familiar figure, sort of a trait that runs in the family. This woman has gotten up just so goddamn early, and it is a teacher wearing the same outfit that you saw her wearing last night in what was presumably a really terrible dream. If you had forgotten it, it's all coming back to you now. Every little detail of it. But you're still alive. She's still alive. She looks confused.
Yeah, and he sees her, and then there's this moment of like awkwardness where he's like, and like he's pondering whether to follow her. She will not recognize him whatsoever.
That's true. You're not in your armor.
Yeah, but like he'll be like, shit. Like he'll have that moment of like, I have 9 priorities. I don't know which one to do. But the moment she starts moving, he'll start like following her at a distance, sort of carefully, kind of going, that can't be a that can't be a coincidence somehow.
Okay. And I think we'll cut away from that for a moment while you are just following a woman. Don't follow women, folks.
No, don't do that.
don't do that.
Except on social media.
Yeah, follow this woman on social media, please.
Exactly.
All right, Mike, Dreg Douglas. Probably my favorite name to say out of any character I've DM'd in a very long time. I love the alliteration. What are your sleeping arrangements usually like?
Oh, it's a huge bed, extremely soft, silky covers. He's just splayed out. Maybe there's like a bottle or two in the room.
So your very nice room with this huge bed. Is so comfortable. You're sleeping so well, and then you hear, "Excuse me, citizen. Excuse me, citizen. Excuse me, citizen.
Snooze.
Excuse me,
Snooze.
citizen. Excuse me,
Snooze,
citizen."
please. Oh, what?
Package delivery.
Okay, give it to Freddy. Oh, let me sleep. Oh.
This is a high-value package that must be delivered to you.
Okay, give me. What is it?
She hands you this twisted mass of clockwork and gears. It is shining gold. It is once again on a string like a necklace or a pendant, and she hands it to you.
Okay, is this like a friggin' high value piece of junk or what?
This is the most valuable thing you have ever held.
Okay, I'm getting someone from someone who works on robots to fix you, because you're clearly malfunctioning.
System diagnostic. No malfunctions.
Okay, take it from me, internal investigations are not to be frickin' trusted for anything. What is this thing?
Hope.
Yeah, okay. And he just like throws it on a nightstand. Well, I can't sleep anymore, so... Do you have anything else to give me? A sacred PVC tube or something?
Nothing in this citadel is more valuable than that. And at that, the automaton turns and walks away. You kind of look around. You said you threw it aside on like a bedside table, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, it's so weird. That bedside table looks like a dining room table. Not a dining room table, like a diner table, rather. Or like maybe like a deli.
What the fuck?
Your bed is currently sitting in the middle of what appears to be a small deli. There's a sign over the counter, there's a deli counter, that says, "Welcome
No.
to Swift Deli and Bodega."
Second best in the city.
Well, that is not the worst thing I could have read. But it does not set Dreg Douglas at ease, per se.
No, I don't imagine it.
Is there anyone else in here?
Not at the moment. In fact, at this moment, it would seem the store is closed. It's very early in the morning. You are probably locked in.
Huh.
The automaton that started walking away reaches the door, realizes that it is locked, and enters standby mode.
Hello, turn back on, please.
Exiting standby mode,
So we're locked in here. Clearly someone is pranking me or something. Get us out of here. Just, if you could just blast this whole wall, I think that'll get us out. So just go.
Is
Do,
that an
please?
official order as an administrative agent of the Clockwork Citadel?
Yeah, yes, it's an official yada yada. Just do it, okay?
The automata turns and just punches the shit out of this door until it opens and goes, "Mission accomplished."
Okay, that's a lot of glass. Are my slippers in here? They're usually under the bed.
Your slippers are there.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. All right. I am leaving this bodega to figure out where the hell I am and who needs to pay for this.
Caution, it is not safe. There is glass on the floor and you are wearing insufficient footwear.
I'm aware. I'm aware of everything you've just... Go back into standby mode.
And she
Thank
just
you.
goes
Ugh.
back into standby mode.
Now where... I don't know these city streets by heart, I'm sure.
No.
He's
And
just
the
gonna
city
start
looks
screaming
weird
for Freddy.
outside. You start screaming for Freddy.
That?
There is no Freddy to be seen. But yeah, go ahead.
I guess I'll start walking. Is there a landmark I can go to that I would know?
There is a fairly powerful wizard that lives nearby-ish, judging on what you can see. He's a state official. His name is Gregory Leone, and you've worked with him before. He kind of fixes magical messes in the city. This seems like it could have been a magical mess.
Well, then we're going to Greg's, because I certainly can't fix this, and I am not moving that bed by myself or at all. So,
That is so fair. Well, you're en route to Greg's. We're gonna move over to AM 463. You don't remember what you were just doing. You're holding something kind of weird, this strange mass of metal, and there is a man in front of you with like a clipboard. He's kind of writing stuff down. He goes, "Yeah, so anyway, the poor old guy, poor Mr. Leroy, the wizard, seems to have had some kind of a heart attack in the night. So your package is actually undeliverable. So I need you to take possession of it and hold on to it until otherwise told. So that's yours now."
Affirmative.
All right. You got no questions about that? You look. What's wrong?
It appears my memory banks perhaps were accidentally erased.
In the last 10 seconds?
How long have I been here?
You walked up about 30 seconds ago. You insisted on delivering a package to a man who's been dead for about 45 minutes. And, it's just some weird piece of junk. Look, I'm a detective. I rule this a heart attack because we can just cast a spell and see the cause of death, and it was a heart attack. Leroy's a great man, but he did eat nothing but baked potatoes for the last 47 years, so I'm not surprised. Also, he's kind of a dick, so don't feel bad. Sorry.
Certainly not a nutritionally balanced meal plan.
That's correct. Are you sure you're okay?
Yes. I put on the necklace.
All right. That feels right. That feels correct. That feels like it's something that you should be doing. That feels good.
Yes. Good.
All right. Hey, what's the last thing you remember?
Haste is the best bodega in the city.
All right. That's, first of all, everybody knows it's the second best. That's, we all
As a
love.
robot, As an automaton, I am truly impartial.
You know what? That's fair. All right. Do you know your maintenance? Do you know your maintenance tech? There's a bunch of soldiers walking around the city. One of them is supposed to be in charge of fixing you. Do you know who it is?
Do I know?
You probably don't. You probably have no fucking clue. Automatons know stuff. You don't know automaton stuff.
No.
Okay. And this man, this detective man, kind of waves over another automaton and goes, "Hey, can you look up this model here? What is your serial number?"
I am a Clockwork Citadel automaton, serial number AM463.
Excellent. Can you look up number 463 and tell me who's supposed to be servicing this thing? And sorry, I'm this other automaton. I was waiting for you to answer because you're an automaton.
Oh, the trouble of the DM.
God, yeah. Can you tell me who's supposed to be servicing this thing? And the other automaton goes, AM463 is supposed to be serviced by Sergeant Claire Razor Queen. All right. Claire Razor Queen. You go find Claire Razor Queen, and this one's gonna take you to go see her. And she's gonna fix you right up, I think. Probably, I hope. I've never seen an automata
Sounds
doing this
good.
thing.
I feel like I'm acting normal.
Yeah, you are one fucked up robot, buddy. We'll get you fixed.
Very well.
Shouldn't be feeling shit. And if you were to follow this other automata off towards the Claire Razor Queen person,
And I will.
on your way, you would pass somebody that you recognize. You would pass good old Dreg Douglas, who you seem to have seen in what's probably a dream. That's kind of a weird thing for an automaton to have. Dreg, you feel like you know this automaton.
No.
You.
What's the
We
best
recently-
bodega in the Citadel?
Haste.
Fuck!
Dreg Douglas, diplomat from the mortal plane. Pleasure to meet you again.
No. No. Because no, we don't know each other, and you don't know what haste is because that dream wasn't real because I died. Okay, this. Oh no.
Oh, how fate would have it. Did you ever make it to Haste, the best bodega in the Citadel?
No, I didn't make it to haste. The best bodega in the Citadel. I died after I was mistakenly stabbed by Citadel soldiers.
Citizen, you appear to be living now. The other automaton.
It would appear that way. It sure would appear that way. But
The
clearly something else
automaton
is
is
at play.
correct. Usually death is a permanent condition.
Do you require medical assistance?
Do you require medical assistance?
Do you require medical assistance?
Do you require
I'm
medical
leaving the
assistance?
room. I'm actively leaving the room. From the other side of the door. Leave the automata in there. Can I talk to a human so we can just freaking work this out? An organic life form, please.
We are going to talk to a maintenance tech. Would you like to come with us?
Cracks the door open.
Oh, wait, sorry,
Yes,
which
but
door
no
are you
talking.
at? Which door are you at? Because this is we're passing on the street. Sorry, where are
I
you?
don't know.
Okay.
I am still standing some distance away, and he says, "No talking while we go to see."
We will
coming.
head towards Claire Razor Queen.
Sure.
All right.
And Drag is going to follow the automata.
So Claire, you've had a weird morning. I assume you're outside now with Mixie, and you're not outside for but a few moments when you see just the strangest group walking towards you. There's one very normal automata making absolutely no sound, which is a little unusual. There is a diplomat who probably is still in his slippers and pajamas. And then there is like a weird automata that's walking a little bit more person-like. And they are making a beeline for you. And Mixie is just like, do you know them? Are they friends of yours?
No.
They're all looking at you.
So it seems.
Hello! Claire Razor Queen! I am a Clockwork Citadel automaton, number AM463. You are my service provider.
Service provider? I'm not a service provider. I don't do maintenance tech. Also, drop the formal name. Razor's fine.
Affirmative. Razor, you are my service provider.
Oh, you didn't tell me you were certified in automata maintenance?
I'm not.
You're
I'm
not?
a guardsman.
Then why are you this AM463's service provider?
M463, where did you hear that I'm your service provider?
The other automata goes, I checked the Citadel database. You are the service provider for AM463 and 0 other automata.
What? Okay, that has to be some kind of clerical error. Can you go back in your logs and see if there's any changes to that and see who the last service provider might be?
The last service provider was Gregor Leroy.
Gregor Leroy. Does this name sound familiar to me?
Yeah, famous
What?
wizard, probably the most powerful wizard in the
Oh,
Okay, he's that wizard guy, right?
was.
Gregor Leroy? Was? What do you mean? Oh, shit.
Gregor Leroy has passed away of a heart attack 55 minutes ago. You have inherited all of Gregor Leroy's responsibilities.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? Greg is dead?
You know
Correct.
Gregor? Sorry, what was your name?
Yeah.
Who are you? And also,
Are you
why are you wearing
okay,
slippers?
I'm Greg Douglas. I am the diplomat to the mortal realm, and I am in my slippers because I woke up in a bodega, apparently not even the best bodega in the Citadel,
Swiss.
and I'm
bread.
trying to find Greg because he's the...
Okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. There's been some kind of mix-up. Sorry, that wasn't a joke. Mixie, do you want to explain what's going on? This seems like this could be pertinent to troubleshooting our issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Drake, Mr. Douglas. We've met once before about 600 years ago. I don't know if you remember me. Do you remember the last time that this happened, where the Citadel and the city reorganized itself? Because somebody made a mistake and a cog got jammed, and then everything went wild, and we never found out whose fault that was, and we shouldn't worry about blaming anybody. But this one is definitely not that person's fault.
Razor rolls her eyes very, very hard.
I can empathize with what you're trying to do here, so I'm just gonna say yes and move on.
Okay, excellent. Well, the city has reorganized itself, and some parts of some places might have ended up in the other parts of other places, and now it's created new places, and we are working on it. And by we, I mean somebody who's in charge of fixing it, whose identity is to remain a secret for her own safety. Their own safety, whoever they may be.
And this is gonna sound really stupid. Is there any chance some manner of prophetic dreams are factored into all of this? Because that automaton knew a detail that only happened in a dream where I died. So it's kind of important for me to know if that dream is like something that's going to happen.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
It's kind of a lengthy statement, but I suppose
Okay,
that
fine.
one
I'm
was
sorry.
in my dream
You
when I
died?
died.
You died in your dream?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry that your dream was scary. I had a shitty dream too. but it seems like there's more pressing issues right now. Have you seen everything have you looked around and seen everything? This poor mouse's house is now also in my house. The mouse's house. We're trying to fix this.
You've got a mouse's mouse house in your house. Yeah.
She's a mouse just for this to be fun to say. It's the whole reason she's a mouse.
Just coded.
As this conversation is happening, you hear a person calling out. You recognize the voice of your sister going, Claire? Claire?
Sarah.
Hi. Everything's weird. And, my house
Razor's
is...
gonna cut her off and just run up and give her a huge hug.
Oh, hi. Okay. Good to see you, too, sis. What's going on?
Are you okay? How are you doing?
I'm fine. I mean, I woke up...
Did you have any weird dreams?
No, but my bedroom is in the trash dump, which kind of sucks. And all of my belongings are between two compactors that are supposed to go off in like 4 hours. And
my
I
God.
don't know what to do about that. But no weird dreams. I actually slept great. I wish I had a weird dream and maybe it would have woken me up and I could have like not been woken up by a dump truck dumping stuff on top of me. That was terrible.
Okay. Let me just catch my breath. This has been a crazy morning. I'm so glad you're okay. All right. You said your name was Dreg, right? You're a diplomat? You said you know this Gregory, this wizard?
Yes, he is.
Mixie, do you also
Apparently
know
was
this Gregory?
a statesman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's probably the most powerful wizard in the Citadel.
Okay. Is all of this something that Gregory could have done accidentally?
Well, he is in charge of keeping everything. Yeah, actually, if he died and didn't have chance to oil the main, oh yeah, no, this makes sense. Greg died and didn't get to do his job. Hearing that, Sarah, your sister, is like, oh, Greg's dead. He used to come talk to the class. I loved Greg. He always told us about this slimy diplomat that he worked about and told us these really funny stories.
Wonder who that could be.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Probably Dreg Douglas.
That was the name.
Thank you, 463.
Okay, so I died and went to hell. This is awesome.
If you're dead, then we're all dead.
Why would anyone be dead? The only one who's dead is Greg.
No one is dead, and my sister's house is about, and all of her things is about to be crushed by a garbage compactor. So if we could just hurry up and go fix the whatever it is that Greg fucked up. Fuck, I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey, for the record, the garbage compactor actually isn't going to go off until the city's fixed. It's a safety precaution in case there's somebody that gets moved in there. So your stuff's not going to get destroyed, just covered in garbage. I don't know
Well,
if that
that's
helps.
relief.
It's from Mixie.
Okay. Gonna.
Oh, I was going to say really quickly before we do any further, Freya, you're watching this go down because you have been following Sarah, and you have now seen a second person from your dream, which is...
And I've presumably also
Razor.
overheard the bit about, like, dying in dream.
Yeah, I was going to ask how close you were and if you heard any of that.
Yeah, like, I think he'll have been close enough that he'll, like, have picked up on it, and at this point he's like... There's a satyr standing somewhere near your conversation with an expression on his face, like staring specifically at Razor, and an expression on his face like he's either seen a ghost or he's trying to work out a really difficult puzzle in his head and he's not having a lot of luck at it.
Would I have noticed this weirdo staring?
He's
What I
pretty
have also
obvious.
noticed-
He's like 6 foot something, and like he's not subtle. He's not a rogue. He wasn't sneaking.
Okay. Then, yes, you would probably notice since he's not hiding it. All of you notice this.
Razor's gonna whip around and be like, "And you, what are you looking at, and what do you want?"
Oh, nothing. nothing. Just, yeah, no, bad dreams. Everyone's been having them. I hear that these days. Just, you, she ain't a teacher, is she?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm a teacher here in District 3.
Like, there's like a long moment. Okay, that's good. And then he turns around and tries to leave.
Wait, no. You don't get to be creepy to me because I am a teacher and I have students and their safety is first and foremost. And that was scary. So please get back here right now or I will start throwing ice.
Is she using like a teacher mom voice kind of deal?
Yes, yeah.
Like, there's like almost like an involuntary stop, and he's like, there's then like so like, oh fuck's sake, okay, so like dream about being dead, right? Because of, was it soldiers? Like, was it like big soldiers invasion thing, city on fire, all that stuff?
Yeah, how did you know that? Razor
'cause
is now like
I
her
saw
hand is moving towards her sword and is like kind of like slowly approaching you.
And he's like, well, 'cause I saw her die, and like he points at Racer's sister.
You what?
Without a moment's hesitation, Razor whips out her sword and just now has it like pointed underneath your chin. Fia, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't help her.
You're the crazy soldier in the crazy armor.
I'm not a soldier. I'm a gladiator. It's a costume. It's a thing. It's
Gladiators. Those are fake, aren't they? This is from Mixie.
It's not fake. I've got Okay. Like as he yells at the sister, like the Racer's sword comes up under his team. It's like, yeah, no, so talk about that later.
I saw you die in my dream.
Was it the wizard guy with the weird? He set the thing and then I died.
Razor kind of like gives you this like cold, hard stare and just like eyes like shifting back and forth, staring at your face. And then she kind of like slowly lowers her sword, So, you remember this? You were there. We were both there. That happened. We had the same dream?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I thought like maybe because of all the, maybe it's like a magic thing. I thought a wizard did it.
And you, slimy guy, Dreg, you also had a dream where you died, and you saw this one, 463. 463.
That is
And you
correct.
remember you had a dream?
I dreamed something too.
Oh, that's weird. Hi, you dreamed something? This is from Mixie.
Can they do that? I turn to Mixie. Can they do that?
Not
Like-
usually.
Yeah, at the exactly the same time as you say, can they do that? Like, like I turn to you and go, can they do that?
I mean, you're in charge of repairing this one. What's wrong with it? How come you're not keeping up on maintenance?
I don't know a thing about maintenance. I've never done any maintenance before. It's not part of my duties.
Oh, right.
I didn't know they need maintenance.
There's a lot of upkeep that go into them. They kind of cycle through. Not that I know anything about that. She kind of turns to AM 463 and goes, "Hi, 463?
Yes.
Okay. That's before my time, so I don't know you, but I might have fixed you. You said you dreamed something.
Correct.
Do you sleep?"
Very taken aback. And she goes, well, no.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question, and if it doesn't make sense, you don't have to answer it. But if you have an answer, then you should. How do you feel right now?
Sorry, I don't quite understand the question.
Are you confused?
Confusion similar to disorientation? Perhaps.
Yeah, that's weird. That's freaky. She's completely turned away from you. They shouldn't be disoriented. These things, she shouldn't be able to feel confusion. I asked how she felt and she didn't know, which is good because if she knew, then she might be like angry that I'm talking about her like an object. Because again, these things are usually kind of dumb, but this one seems maybe smarter than the other ones. I don't
Why
know
would
what's
you
happening.
say that?
Oh,
Can I?
yeah.
Actually,
would
I
you
also
say
have
that?
something pertinent in that regard. In the dream that may not have been a dream, the robot killed a bunch of mortals. It was a mortal invasion, by the way. Killed a bunch of mortals because they called it stupid. So,
Can they do that?
pretty emotional.
Can they do that?
In times of war, they can
Razor
fight to defend.
turns and like glares at Fia.
Did you
And
kill someone?
for the record, I don't like being referred to as an object or a number. My serial number is Automaton 463, but that doesn't feel good.
Okay, Razor's gonna like put her hands up very slowly and kind of like walk slowly towards you. Okay. So you don't like being called by your serial number. What should we call you?
Otto,
Otto.
Otto.
it's, I think, what you would call a nickname.
Did
Oh, I
someone
like that.
give you that name? Or did you give yourself that name?
I just picked it. Do you like it?
I like it from Mixie.
It's great.
I forgive you for your earlier comments.
Thank you. You're fascinating.
Okay. Mixie.
Mhm.
This is a lot, but we need to do something. We can't just stand here. The city is in shambles right now.
That's true. And it sounds like you said that it was invaded? Like you all remember it being invaded?
Yes. Are these dreams do they sometimes happen when the city gets rearranged and mixed up?
No. So well, the thing is, there's a story, right? So there's a story about the last time there was an invasion when hell invaded, and you know how everyone knows the story of all the soldiers were super heroic and everyone fought off the invasion and we didn't lose a single person and we were just the best army ever. There's this rumor that you hear in higher up circles that the reason that happened is because some people may have been in a sort of we could call it a time loop, and they relived the invasion every day until they did it perfectly. The entire army, I believe, and they just practiced fighting off the invasion until they could do so without anyone dying, which is
So
super
this is
cool.
going to happen? That means the invasion's going to happen if this is a time loop?
Yes.
It's
Oh my
it's
God.
A what loop? Like you don't have to respond to it, but like Fia is just standing behind you, looking back and forth at all of this, incomprehending.
Yeah, so I think something is happening. But the thing is that was an invasion from hell. And hell comes in from outside the city. You, and she's pointing at Dreg, said the mortal plane invaded. That's bad. And especially because the portal to the mortal plane is at the top of the citadel of the goddess, which is also like right above military high command, and we would just kind of lose like immediately.
gonna turn to the other automaton. What's your designation?
It waves at you, and it points at Dreg, and then points at its mouth.
What? What is your designation?
Wait, what the fuck did... Oh, you can... Yeah, talk. You can talk. I didn't want
Oh,
talking
God.
on the way over. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Thank
okay.
you for allowing me to speak again. I am designation AM 5555551.
AM. Oh my god. Okay. Can you contact the automata and high military command?
Yes.
Can I have a direct contact to any of the other officers?
You may. And then it pauses for a moment, and its chest opens up, and there's like an old-timey rotary phone in there. And it hands you the phone receiver, and then just goes and dials you towards a person who is not Rotary High Command, or I mean, is not Automata High Command, but is sort of an operator who goes, thank you for reaching out to the Citadel of the Goddess. How may I direct your call today?
This is Sergeant Queen. I need to contact military high command immediately. This is an emergency.
All right. What kind of emergency? Are we talking a local emergency? Are we talking a citywide emergency? Are we talking
Threat of
military
invasion. Connect me to high military command right now.
Threat of invasion. All right. So hell's up to something. I can send you to diplomat to hell.
No, not hell. The mortal plane.
Oh, okay. I know just who to contact you. Just give me 1 second. That automata's in use. Let's see here. I gotta wait. An automata approaches Dreg Douglas and hands you a phone and says, "Sir, I have a phone call for you."
All right, we'll make it quick. I'm dealing with something here.
All right, I'm patching you through now.
No.
All right. The line has connected for you. Razor.
Hello?
Dreg, you hear through the phone. Hello?
Yeah, you got something to say to me? We're dealing with... Oh.
God damn it.
Oh, come on.
Razor
Okay,
slams
no.
the phone back down.
Dreg is gonna talk to the automata that came out to him. Okay, connect me with military high command, please. All right?
As you wish, Ambassador. And this one does go through. You get another switchboard operator who's like, "Thank you for calling the Clockwork Citadel. How may I route your call?"
I'm the diplomat to the Mortal Realm. The Mortal Realm is about to invade. Military High Council, please.
Oh, I knew I was right to route that call to you. I got this. Okay, sure. And she hits a button, and then a second later, you hear a click, and you hear, "This is hold on, look at names really quickly. This is General Blake. Sorry, Mortal Realm is doing what now, Ambassador?"
Okay, how do I explain this in a way that doesn't make me sound crazy? Well, me and a handful of other people had some manner of prophetic dream that turns out to be a time loop in which the mortal realm invaded later today. Also, if you look out your window, if you're even in your actual room, you will find that the city has been messed up. So,
Yeah.
what military high command needs to do is to do something in combat of that.
So, here's the problem. Military High Command would love to do something. We were in the middle of a meeting when the city reorganized, and we are in a room with no door. And we have one automata. We've been coordinating to figure out what's going on. It doesn't seem like anyone can get into the Citadel at the moment. There's a big
Have
clock
you tried
door
telling
in
the
front of it.
automata to smash a wall? It worked for me.
Yes, this is a military room. These walls are reinforced. This is kind of a bunker that's supposed to withstand an invasion.
Oh, okay, do you have any idea where you are?
Well, we were at the top of the citadel. Do you have eyes on the citadel? You can see it from here.
Yes.
All right, so you know what the top usually looks like. It's the round gold circle part.
Uh-huh.
Where on the citadel are we right now?
Where are they?
They are not.
You are not on the Citadel.
And that is the problem. We are probably in one of the basement layers.
Okay, well that's something. Could you, I don't know, direct me to someone who will be of any goddamn use in this situation?
If you can find somebody, that would be great. We are trying our best. The best thing I can tell you is see if you can get in the Citadel. Somebody in there will know something. We've gotten a report from somebody on the outside who says that there is a door with a big timer on it, and it should open around noon. So, you know. At this point, Mixie, who shouldn't be able to hear this conversation, but has big old mouse ears, goes, "What time did the invasion start? Yesterday, or last night, or in your dream?" And you would know that it started around 11 a.m.
Started at 11 a.m.
That is a problem. We will try to coordinate forces as good as we can, but it sounds like they're going to come through the Citadel and take it over before we can even get in there.
Huh. Well, keep on working at that wall then, because it would be really great to have you guys to help out.
Yeah, it sure would. We're going to do what we can. And I'm going to get a hold of somebody who has some sort of level of military command out there, and we're going to try to do something. But for now, you and whoever you're with are the only ones that know about this invasion, and we'll tell people too, but we're stuck. This is really bad timing.
Okay.
Also, like, how big of an
Okay,
invasion are we
great.
talking? Because I've only been in this job for like 30 years, and I've never done an invasion.
Hey, buddy. It's big. They're mortals. They die once, so they kind of brought a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get on that. Oh shit, this guy's clearly not qualified. This man doesn't know what an invasion is. He's never seen combat. There's no one alive who has seen combat. At least not in the military. He's as incompetent as they come.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your help. Do whatever you can, and we'll call back if we have any updates. Okay, bye. If we get through this, that entire fucking department is getting dismantled, defunded, and destroyed.
What did they say?
God damn. They're in a concrete military bunker at a random place in the Citadel, which doesn't even open till noon, and the invasion starts at 11 a.m. So we're kind of the only ones who know anything and can do anything about it, which is bad.
Wait. It's actually gonna happen?
Yes, it's actually gonna happen. I mean, I
Does seem
assume.
like it's gonna happen. Makes it gonna be kind of step forward and be like, so last time this happened, everyone who sort of remembered the previous day, kept trying new things and fighting back and growing over time, and through the power of teamwork and love and justice, they won.
Oh God, that's some
Incredibly
bullshit.
inspiring.
Thank you. I like
I
you.
highly doubt love was involved.
So, let's see if we can find anyone else who remembers anything, and then maybe together we can climb that citadel and stop the invasion before it starts.
We're about
Well-
to fight a war. We can't fight a war with the power of love and friendship. We need to get the core ready to go.
Have you seen any soldiers today? They usually patrol.
No, it's early. I'm not due at my post for another hour, and I'm always the first one there.
That's good, because I haven't seen any soldiers today.
Oh no.
Wait, why aren't there any soldiers?
I don't know. But aren't there like night guards?
Yeah, usually. I didn't see any soldiers today. Where are the guards?
Looking
Let's
around,
see.
like, is there any soldier
The
remotely
last-
visible?
Is there
Anyone with a weapon?
is there anybody visible?
There's people. There's no soldiers. Claire, presumably you could call somebody, I guess, because you know soldiers. There's automatons nearby that can facilitate that. Sorry, Razor.
I'm gonna call the commander of who I would know to be in my part of my division of the Night Guard.
All right.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna turn to her sister and be like, "Hey, listen, look, I know this is weird, but just do it. Look, don't go to the school today, and don't get the kids there, because it turns out bad."
If there's gonna be an invasion, I have to get the kids there. There's a way out. Come on, everyone in this citadel has done this drill. That's how we save them.
It's like there's a look on his face, like, just do it now, do it fast, like before it starts. Just go.
Okay. I'm gonna go and potentially send 35 kids into another plane of existence where they will be safe, but I'm sure their parents are gonna be so happy about that. Are you certain that this mouse isn't just like okay, I'm gonna go, and then I will meet you guys later.
Does Razor notice that she's taking off while she's on the phone?
Yeah, she probably gives you like a shoulder, like a, hey, I'm gonna go
Where are you
save
going?
all,
Wait,
gonna
Sarah,
go
where
save
are you
all my
going?
students and evacuate.
No, you can't. You have to stay here.
Conflicting instructions. I am gonna go take care of my kids.
So,
Hey,
Okay.
sis, what's more important? One life or 35 children?
you can't. That's not. You can't.
You know,
35 children.
Think I like you too. And so she,
Look, we
Okay,
got the kids
okay.
out last time, just in time. If she's faster now, she can get out with them.
Okay. We know when the invasion's gonna start. Remember what I taught you. Be safe. Okay? Don't take any risks.
I've never taken a risk.
Sarah,
in
do you
my
understand
life.
me?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Look at me and tell me you understand.
Okay. Hey, I'm sorry. This doesn't feel real. I understand. I'll get them out. And if this turns out to be a big misunderstanding and there's no invasion, you get to explain to 35 sets of parents why I took their children to another plane of existence. And also to my boss. And probably the cops.
Okay, yeah. You can give them my info. They know who they know I can explain everything. It's part of my official duties. Okay, Sarah, promise me that once you get the kids to safety, you'll hide somewhere safe and you'll call me, okay?
Okay. Hey, I'll be good. I'll be safe.
Okay. Hey, go save those
I love you.
kids.
We'll get through this.
I love you too. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Be good. You'll see me again.
Yeah. I will.
And so she leaves. And I believe you were making a phone call, and I think you probably hear a hello? Hey, Razor, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Look, I know you wake up early, but I usually don't. Also, I seem like my bed's in a weird place.
I need really quick. Who am I talking to?
Oh, hey, this is Johnny Fireman.
Oh,
Oresco.
fireman. Okay.
Yeah, Fireman. You know me.
Yeah. Do you know where the night guard is? I'm on the streets right now, and there's not a single guard on patrol.
Yeah, so I just woke up, and it seems like most of the entire standing guard and military are all here with me, which is weird because
Okay.
I was in the barracks and now I'm
And
just
the
kinda
night
on
guard?
the street. Yeah, there's like a lot. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's like a
Okay.
lot of people here.
You need to
Like
get
so many.
everyone up right now.
All right. Just so you know, I think we're in Sector 5, so we're gonna have to take the train to get back over there. What's going on?
Okay, I don't have time to explain how I know this or when it's or what's going to happen, but at 11 o'clock today, the mortal realm is going to send an invading force with the enormous army, and you have to get everyone ready to fight.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right. This isn't a joke.
Do I sound like I'm joking, fireman? Is this something I would joke about?
No, actually, and you usually don't joke. You're actually like not a lot of fun.
Excuse you? I'm so much fun. I can be fun. I'm fun.
Your idea of fun is waking up 2 hours before everyone else so you can go on a jog.
That's not fun. That's work. Okay, you know what? No. Get everyone up. Get going. This is important.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do what I can. Yeah.
Snap to it, Private.
Yes, ma'am. And he, starts yelling at people, hanging up the phone.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we can do on that front. All right. What do we do now? We need a plan.
Mixie's gonna go, I think as soon as the doors to the Citadel open, you should charge in and take the fight to the enemy.
They
There's
open.
gonna be like 4,000 guys coming out of there.
Maybe. It reorganized. It's gonna be so weird in there. It's probably gonna take them so long to find their way out.
Jess and also everyone in the room diegetically. Does the Citadel have any kind of defense system or mechanism or perhaps weapons that we could access? I'm thinking of the big laser variety.
Yeah, so I think you, as a city official, would know that the automatons are supposed to kind of double as a standing army, but last night they were shut down. As far as weapons go, if you can get up to the 10th floor of the Citadel, there's an armory up there.
I would know
Too much
this,
work.
right?
There will be soldiers. Would you know this?
I would know this as part of the
Yeah, you would know this too.
guard. Okay. Okay.
In Dreg's mind, definitely not fighting up to the 10th floor of the Citadel. Preferably want to stay away. Instead, maybe we can stop them from shutting down the automata, because that's clearly what happened in the time loop dream.
Yeah. So that would also be in the Citadel.
Fuck. Okay.
Damn it.
Would I know where that is?
You do. Actually, instinctively, you know where automata control is. I don't know if somebody asked you about it or if you were just thinking, hey, where's automata control? But you know exactly where it is, and holy shit, it's only floor 5. It should have been like the second to top floor, but it's only floor 5 right now.
If we wish to stop them from turning off the automata, it is only on floor 5 of the Citadel instead of 10. This would be more advantageous because 10 is a higher floor.
Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you, Otto.
Okay,
That's actually very
so
helpful.
if we can get there and we can like so they don't turn off the robots, then we can stop it.
I mean, does anyone have any other better ideas? We can't fight an army by ourselves.
No.
This sounds like the power of friendship that was previously talked about.
Oh my god, it's just like the legends.
We need to make sure all
It
my
just
friends
sounds
stay
like-
awake.
Just a practical solution to the problem presented to us. No friendship involved.
I can't wait to see how love develops.
This isn't a story about love and friendship. This is a strategy. Get in the game, people. Some bad shit is gonna go down. We're the only ones that can do anything about it.
A strategy.
I
Love and
kind of like French. Trails off before actually.
Mixie puts like a hand
What
on
we
your
really
back and
need
is
to
like,
do is figure out how we can get into the Citadel before noon. Because the more time we have on our hands, the better.
There's a back entrance. It's a secret
There's
back
a
entrance.
back entrance to
Yeah,
the Citadel?
there's this. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to tell. But if you just like come with me, if you just come with me, I can just
yeah.
walk up to it. And you can just see it. And then I'm not breaking any rules.
Breaking
If
any
you just-
rules? Why would you be
feel
breaking
like you
rules?
could tell us.
I'm not supposed to tell
Okay.
anyone. Yeah.
That's fine. We won't tell anyone either. Let's go.
Um.
Otto,
And she's-
I'm sorry. Your maintenance is gonna have to wait.
That's okay. My name is Otto.
Yes.
Hi, Otto.
And
I'm
it's a
Fia.
very, very good name, Otto.
Hello, Fia. My name is Otto. I am
Yeah.
a Clockwork Citadel automaton.
Yeah, I can see that. Kind of a weird one though. That's cool. So, you little Miss Lady, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Razor. Or Sergeant
Oh,
Queen.
and the other little Miss Lady?
Oh, hi, I'm Mixie.
Mixie. Okay, cool. So, we gotta save the world, huh? Oh yeah, you ain't you? No, I've seen you around before. You was at the party with Johnny.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, Johnny Silver. You know, like he paid a fucking bribe to get you there.
Yes, I have, occasionally gone to your gladiator fights. It's not my preferred, method of entertainment, but there's something enjoyable in the visceral bloodletting of it.
You're telling me. Okay, right. So you're high up stuff, right? Like you order people around, do shit.
Yes.
Great. That's probably gonna be good. So, and he like grabs you by the arm. So you're coming with us.
Whoa. I don't have many other options. Can you let go of my arm, please? Okay, you're strong.
Yeah. It's like, nope. I know a slimy guy when I see one. Dragging you along.
Okay, walk and talk, people. Walk and talk, people.
I like that we all have names, and then we call them by them names.
That is pretty great. Otto from Mixie. And yeah, so Mixie is a nervous mouse, and if no one else is talking, she's talking the entire time. She's just, yeah, so anyway, this place over here, well, I mean, half of it is a cheese shop now, and that cheese shop used to be over in District 7, and I love their cheese. I don't know if you have ever had cheese from a Cobalt before, because people know Cobalt cooking is like it's stuff cooked together in a pot, but they make cheese like nobody's been, and just this is the whole way there. And it
Yeah, Fierce is politely sort of chatting along, like he's sort of used to that. It's like, oh no, yeah, like, oh man, they do some stuff with spices over. Like, do you know the place over by the fountain over on the east?
she probably thinks you're the greatest because she is
Yeah,
she
dragging
is-
Dreg along by the arm, like not letting him go for even 1 second.
Otto is just soaking it
Yeah.
in, soaking in the convo.
and it's a bit of a walk, but eventually you get there, you get to the Citadel, and it's exactly like was described to Dreg on the phone. There's a door with a big clock over it and a big red line on the like right at noon. These kind of timer doors have existed before. They're usually for like businesses that want to set up a day to open or at like a certain time. When it hits that red line, it's going to open. And Mixie goes, yeah, that's troublesome. But here, okay, if we come through here, and she sort of like walks around the side of the building, and she goes, oh, good, it's here. I was so worried, but I saw the tree. If you just kind of knock on this tree, and then wait a few seconds, and then a door appears inside of the tree, and she opens it up, and she goes, we go down these stairs, and then we go up these stairs. I don't know why there's 2 sets of stairs, but there are, and here we go. This is the other door in that you can take if you work here. This takes to a service passage. It's not as big as the main entrance, but you can climb all the way up. It goes out into each individual floor, and it opens at 11.
Oh, damn it.
Oops. Hey, that's a whole hour earlier, and it means there's not going to be a whole army on the other side because they'll still be making their way down. And this is a service entrance. They're probably all going to go out the main entrance. So we can just we could fight our way up against a small. Well, you can fight your way up. I don't remember dying last night, so there's no reason for me to die. I'm gonna go live my best life. Actually, I think, because all of these restaurants are open because things got reorganized, and I can just go eat things because I'm gonna die today. Which is terrifying.
Razor, well, how tall is she?
She's like
Mixie?
3 feet tall.
Okay, Razor is going to kneel down and put both of her hands on Mixie's shoulder. Hey, you're not gonna die today, okay? We're gonna fix this. We're gonna stop this invasion. We're gonna get the defenses going. Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay, but if this is a time loop, then I'm definitely dying today because this seems like it's the first time. And so I'm gonna go live my best life, and when I die, it's not gonna be permanent because y'all are gonna get there eventually.
Well, it's an interesting philosophical question. We don't know if we loop, if you loop with us, or if the you that is you dies forever.
Otto,
Huh?
that's not helpful.
Sorry.
Otto, Mixie, you're not gonna die today, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna, even if it takes 1,000 times, we're gonna stop this invasion. I promise you.
Great. And I think out of 1,000 times, I'm never gonna regret going and just picking out on so much food and just eating. I eat when yeah, you guys though seem to have like 3 hours until 5 hours until 11. I forgot that I said 5 a.m. So you can do whatever you need to prepare for all of this, and I'm gonna go just try so many new foods, and I don't know, maybe I'll bungee jump. There's probably nowhere open to bungee jump because the city's a mess.
Yeah, tell you what, you go down to Ralphie's, you tell him you know me, he'll give you, like, the good sauce on the sandwich. You gotta try it. Like, I tried it once, never forgot about it.
Okay, I will find Ralphie's.
Hey, listen, Swift is a hack, right? It's just the fancy spices. He doesn't know how to actually cook.
Right.
Agreed. Haste is the best bodega in the city.
Oh, come on! Everyone knows Haste is shit.
Yeah, so Mixie is just gonna kind of walk away. And now, at this point, we're at sort of a good stopping point, I think, because next session, you're gonna get to climb this citadel. And you got a few hours to prepare, so go ahead and spend this time between sessions thinking about what you want to do, what you want to buy, what you want to get, who you want to talk to, that sort of thing. But before that, does anyone have any last things that they would like to do before the end of the session?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
In my
I think
mind,
it'll literally
Greg's
just be feel like,
still
oh yeah, I
being
never caught
held.
your name, Slimeball. Like as he's holding like Dreg. It was like sort of like.
Dreg Douglas, I am a very
Dreg
important
Douglas.
politician in the city. And you are
That's-
crushing my arm.
Yeah, there seems to be a relationship between those two things, doesn't there? Little, slightly more squeeze on the arm.
And then as this conversation is happening, I think we're going to end with a quick phone call coming from inside of our good automata friend, Otto.
Phone call. Chest opens up. Do I?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Sarah. I think I spoke to specifically you.
Yes.
Yeah, can you put my sister on?
Yes. It's for you, my service provider.
Who is it? And then just gonna take it. Hello?
Hi, Claire. So, interesting news. All of the children are missing.
What?
Every single one of them. Also, the platform, the emergency escape platform, it's gone. I think when we sent them out of the city, they stayed out. I think they're safe.
Oh. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Where are you now? What are you gonna do?
Well, I was gonna get out with the kids. I don't know. I'm just gonna find somewhere with thick walls.
Oh God. Okay.
But I figured you needed to know this because if they're gone and there's no time loop happening for them, that means if the invasion's coming from a different plane of existence, they might know.
What? What do you mean?
Well, the kids, we sent them away, right? That's what the satyr said.
Right?
And they're still gone, so they're out of the city, which means they're not in the time loop. And if
Right.
the invaders are coming from a different plane of existence, they're also not in the city.
Oh.
Which means if there's a time loop happening, they know about it. Probably.
Oh shit.
And I
Okay.
figured you probably needed to know that.
Yeah. No, that's really good to know. That's really important. Okay. Okay. Sarah, I need you to the guard station. It got moved to sector 5. Do you think you can take the train and get there?
The trains aren't working.
What?
They're all broken.
Okay.
No one can get across sectors right now. We're the only sector that can access the Citadel. There's no help coming. And I think that's a good line to end on. And thank you everyone for listening to the first episode of D&Dorks that I've gotten to DM. This has been a little more railroady than most of these episodes will be. There's a thing happening. We are setting up the thing. The thing has been set up. So from here, smooth sailing.
Famous last words of the DM.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Smooth sailing. My plans are impenetrable. Nothing could go wrong.
My plans went wrong immediately when the level 3 character knocked down a very high level boss. Does anybody have any announcements that they want to make before the end of the episode?
I'm either about to or currently going on tour, and you might be able to go. Hopefully it'll be sold out by then. But if it is, no worries. The other thing that I'm doing is I have an album on the way. Tales from Casual Wildflowers, dropping this summer.
Mike? Sky?
No, nothing to announce except go the place with the anywhere my name is, and then subscribe to those things. I don't care if you like the videos. I just need the validation.
Go leave hate on Sky's
So valid, so
YouTube
valid.
comment.
I second that. Look for where my name is, please and thank you.
I thought you were seconding Skyen's thing, and I was like, nice. Yeah, 2 people said go follow Skyen. All right, Josie, what you got?
Yeah, go follow Skyen, go follow Mike Funnyboy, go listen to Nathan Apollo's music. I'm Saint Josie.
Also a
You can
musician.
look me up too. Also, yes, I make music. You can look me up everywhere that you can find music. what is that? Spotify, Apple Music, Google, whatever.
And I've been your host, Pirate Princess Jess, or Pirate Princess Jessica if my name was taken. You can go follow me on anything. Come find us again next week for D&Dorks, one day